Hello, hello! My name is Kallista and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we arrived back in Sawillow to check in on Liara, see how she's getting on as the Shadow Broker. However, first, we have some planets to scan, so don't mind if I do. Issa. A rock and ice planet, Issa has a thin atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its borax deposits, largely trapped beneath the ice, were never considered valuable enough to mine since synthetic substitutes and alternative sources became widely available. Orbital distance, 5.4 AU. Orbital period, 12.6 Earth years. Radius, 7,219 kilometers. Day length, 66.5 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure, trace. Surface temperature, negative 135 Celsius. Surface gravity, 1.5 G. Okay, and you are depleted. I have to check. I know it's depleted, but I have to check. Give me something. You're something. There we go.
Probe launched.
Yeah, I know it's daft. I know it's daft. There's not going to be anything here, but if I don't check, I will spend the rest of this Let's Play being like, but what if there was something? But what if there was one singular big spike? What if I missed out on that? Like, I can't. My paranoia will not allow me to skip over the scanning. There we go. To be honest, considering the Shadow Broker's base is here, I doubt there'll be any rich planets. I expect they'll all be completely mined out. Thurisaz. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Thurisaz has... Let's try that again. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Thurisaz has a decrepit automated infrastructure for refueling merchant vessels with helium-3. Painted onto the metal in a Solarian dialect are the words self-serve. Orbital distance 3.0 AU. Orbital period 5.2 Earth years. Radius 57,287 kilometers. Day length 18.8 Earth hours. Yeah, poor. Yeah, I still have to check.
Probe away.
I can't help myself, but surely the Shadow Broker is going to need some resources.
Probe launched.
His ship is nearby. He probably took it all. Anyone else? Anyone else before? Oh, hello. You're nice.
Launching probe.
Yeah, we need to get our platinum. I say need.
Probe away.
I want to get platinum up. It's a matter of honor at this point. How many minerals can I end the game with?
Probe launched.
Lovely. And I'll leave you. You're fine. Oh, I see you. I see you hiding in the light of the sun. Trixie. Kanaz. Kanaz's extremely thin atmosphere is mostly methane and helium. The Solarian explorers who named the system set up a small mining presence for recovering nickel and chromium, used in making stainless steels. Orbital distance 0.55 AU. Orbital period 0.5 Earth years. Radius 5,501 kilometers. Day length 68.3 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure trace. Surface temperature 72 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.69 G. Oh my, you're rich. Hello.
Probe away.
Hello there. Game, you shouldn't have rewarded me. You shouldn't have rewarded me for my paranoia. You're only going to encourage that trait. Yeah, right there.
Probe away.
I'm gonna try and only go after
Probe
the
away.
big spikes, but yeah, I'll leave you. Oh, hello, not you though.
Launching probe.
Ooh, yes, please.
Probe away.
Down to moderate, and I regret nothing.
Probe away.
Oh, yes,
Probe
absolutely.
away. Launching probe.
Kanaz really is treating me. And down to poor. Down to poor, but oh well. Okay, there we are. And then you, being sneaky. Uruz. A large rock planet with a pressure cooker atmosphere of nitrogen and argon, Uruz's silicate-rich crust is relatively low density. It was largely ignored by the Solarian explorers who first charted the system. Why? Why did they snub Uruz? Orbital distance 0.25 AU. Orbital period 0.1 Earth years. Radius 9,266 kilometers. Day length 51.0 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 78.58 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature 635 Celsius. Surface gravity 2.1 G. And you're rich, but I mean, you are also really hot.
Launching probe.
Over 600 Celsius for temperature. Yeah, no, I can.
Launching probe.
I can kind of see why you got snubbed a little bit, but I won't snub you. We have extremely hearty probes. They can survive most temperatures.
Probe away. Probe away.
Okay, still not at 70 for the platinum. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll leave you. You're fine. Oh, but not you.
Probe launched.
You're coming with me? Okay, there we go. Nice. That was 66% of the way done. Answers. A large rock planet, Answers was once under development by a consortium of robo-mining interests, but an epidemic of accidents and sabotage cost the lives of hundreds of workers and eventually drove them off the world. Despite numerous accusations among the mining corporations and a dozen or more trials, popular opinion holds that the real saboteurs were never found. Orbital distance 1.6 AU. Orbital period 2.0 Earth years. Radius 8,795 kilometers. Day length 26.4 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.14 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature -7 Celsius. Surface gravity 2.7 G. Oh, and you're rich. Well, I am sorry that people lost their lives. However, thank you. Thank you to the saboteurs.
Launching probe.
For allowing me all of the minerals. Oh yes, especially Ezo.
Probe launched.
I always love me some Ezo. But yeah, thank you to the saboteurs for allowing me all of these lovely minerals. Hey, and it's over 70. Excellent.
Launching probe.
I mean, we don't really need it. I'm taking that though.
Probe away.
Okay, Callista, just focus on the big spikes. Try and prioritize. I don't prioritize.
Launching probe.
I don't prioritize. I just take everything. That's what I want to do. It makes me happy.
Probe launched.
I love to loot. What can I say? And that looks to be everything. Ooh. No, I'll leave it. It's fine. You're fine. You're still rich, but we did one scan, so... I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, we got a Ruz, which was hiding, but... Ah, we can scan the planet. Okay. Hagalaz. Hagalaz is a second-tier garden world that receives little attention from the galactic community. A Solarian mining expedition initially discovered the planet, which was promptly strong-armed away from them by organised crime figures. Hagalaz's exploration rights were then sold to the highest bidder, which led to a brief burst of mining colonies in the 2000s, but most of those were abandoned when other planets were found with more accessible resources. Though Hagalaz has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere capable of supporting life, its rotational period is slower than Earth's, making its day and night 98 Earth days long. The intense heat on one side of the planet and the extreme cold on the other make for violent storm cells wherever the sun is rising or setting. As a result, the flora and fauna of Hagalaz have developed the capability to live in cycles of ice, flooding, baking heat, and dramatic air pressure changes. The biota of the planet has been largely unexploited by the exotic pet and gardening trades, since simulating their natural conditions is problematic for the average consumer. Orbital distance 0.95 AU. Orbital period 1.0 Earth years. Radius 6,309 kilometers. Day length 98.3 Earth days. Atmospheric pressure 0.83 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature 72 Celsius. Day negative 64 Celsius. Night. Surface gravity 0.69 G. Is this? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's brought us up to 100. Good stuff. And you are moderate.
Probe launched.
Okay. Ooh. Don't mind if I do.
Probe launched.
Now then, let's try and be quick about this. I want to get to Liara. You know, the game not so subtly hinted, hey, there's more stuff after the DLC. Make sure you come back later. There'll be more for you, so... Yeah, I want to see what is in store.
Probe launched.
Ooh. Don't mind if I do.
Probe launched.
And... Ooh.
Probe away.
Now then, let's see.
Probe away.
Okay, down to core. If I spend one more probe, then I can refill up to 60. Oh, yes, please. There we are. Okay. Good stuff. Now, Liara. Let's see what's going on with her. Ooh.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Hello. You're kind of in my personal space, buddy. Are you going to follow me? Oh my god. I love him. Can I have him? If you don't want him, can I have him? I could name him. I could teach him to be an assassin alongside my fish. Oh my god. Hello. Investment opportunities. We've got another terminal over there. Liara's over there. Let's just have an explore. Warning signal. A pirate fleet is massing on the fringes of the terminus systems in preparation for a raid on outlying Alliance colonies. Send a tip-off to Admiral Hackett about the upcoming invasion. And, okay, we have plenty of money. We have plenty of money. Thank goodness there was so much on the Derelict Reaper. Thank God that the Cerberus scientists brought their wallets with them. You know, we'll read them through first. Bureaucracy in action. The Certa Foundation can't start tests on a promising new antibiotic because of accidentally misfiled paperwork. Use your contacts to help them cut through the red tape so they can begin clinical trials. Smear campaign. A corrupt politician is trying to levy heavy taxes on all Earth-manufactured goods coming into his system in exchange for kickbacks from local businesses. Ruin the politician's reputation with a smear campaign so that his proposal doesn't pass. Just reward. Eclipse mercenaries have secretly set up a red sand production facility on the planet Cuervo. Tip off the planetary authorities about the facility in exchange for half of the credits seized during their raid. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. This reminds me, it seems a bit like the war table. in Inquisition, except instead of sending off your advisors to do stuff, it's like, okay, you pay money. This doesn't sound like it's going to open up actual quests. It's like, tip off the planetary authorities, send the information to hack it. You know, this just seems like little side missions, but you can't actually do anything, but you're still affecting the world. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I mean, Naomi would absolutely do this. To be fair, she'd do this for free. Naomi doesn't like drugs. You know, they killed her friend Skylar when she was a teenager, the only person who ever really cared about her growing up. She'd do this for free. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, we should definitely one-hack it. I mean, promising new antibiotic. My only concern, what if there are unintended consequences, like, oh, they begin clinical trials on orphans, and the orphans die horrific deaths, like... Or it could go really well. You know, the antibiotics help people, and everyone's happy. I mean, it's not saying it's evil. It's not saying they're gonna do something horrific. Why wouldn't we invest in new medicine? I mean, they're showing me a picture of Udina. Is Udina the corrupt politician? Naomi would also like to ruin his reputation. He was an arsehole. She'd do that for free also. Okay. Okay, that's not a door.
The Turian Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
Well, thank you for telling me that, little buddy. Oh my god. Here's the thing, though. He's using the word mistress. If Taurians believed culturally in, like, non-monogamy, then you wouldn't say mistress, would you? I knew that guy was a prick. I knew he was an arsehole. Let's leave the shutters as they are. Why not? Oh. Well, thank you for the gift, Liara. There is no survey information currently available for purchase. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, what? Did everything get really far away then, or is it just me? Okay, yeah, this is the stuff we've picked up. Okay. Okay, the armor locker. Is this... Yeah, that's just what it is on the Normandy. I'm happy with how Naomi looks. Oh, hang on. Are my headphones going a bit screwy? Like, I swear down, for like a hot minute then, everything sounded like it was really far away. Hello. Hello, Feron.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Feron. I just helped.
I'm still amazed Liara came for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the secretary.
Why do you sound so bitter? He's lovely. He's adorable and confused, and I want to look after him. Relationship. Let's see what else we have. Oh, let's just go through everything.
How you holding up, Feron?
I'll be all right. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories. It came in handy on the bad days.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
What will you do now that you're a free man?
I want to help Liara rebuild this place. But after that...
Your schedule's getting full, sir. Let me sync it to your Omni tool.
No thanks, I'm fine.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
Oh. So Liara was headhunted. She didn't approach Cerberus. They approached... Would that make it hurt any less? I've got to be honest, I don't think it would. No matter who approached who, Liara could have said no. She could have said, you know, I was romantically involved with Naomi. I knew how traumatized she was by Cerberus. And I'm not going to put her through any more trauma. I'm not going to make her into a slave. I'm just going to burn her body and say goodbye. She could have done that and she didn't. It doesn't matter whether she approached them or they approached her. She knew how traumatized Naomi was and she put her through even more trauma.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. I was an information trader, not a slaver.
Oh, no. I was gonna say, technically you are, because Naomi is Cerberus' slave, but no, he got captured. That was just Liara. Liara is the slaver, technically. Because she gave Naomi to Cerberus. Feron was already captured by then. So yeah, you're still technically not a slaver. Good job, buddy.
How do you think Liara's doing as the new Shadow Broker?
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
Oh, I do worry about Liara. I really worry about her. Whether this is good for her or not. I don't want her to end up like Liliana from Dragon Age. In the first game, Liliana she's wonderful. She is light and joy, and she's so vivacious. I love that about Liliana. She's just like, she looks at the world and she sees all that is good, and she sees all that is wondrous, and like I'm envious. I'm not gonna lie. I am envious of her world outlook. She is so... She's beautiful. And I don't mean that in terms of, like, her attractiveness. She is very attractive. But, like, her soul is beautiful. And then we see her in Inquisition, and Dorothea has just stamped all of that beauty out. Dorothea... I despise Dorothea. Dorothea is one of those characters where I'm like, I never really met you, but you a bitch, and I don't like you. Dorothea, by making Liliana into an assassin and have her do all of her dirty work, and putting all of that on her shoulders. Like, the Inquisitor goes up to Liliana. In Origins, Liliana was always like, oh, I've got stories, do you want to listen to my stories, blah, blah, blah. And the Inquisitor goes up to Liliana and says, oh, being a bard, you must have some amazing stories. Well, if you want stories, I'd suggest checking a library. That is an awful, you know, imitation of Liliana's accent. But you get the point. She says, no, go to a library. Like, Liliana in Inquisition, especially at the beginning, she just seems dead to me. It's almost like talking to a corpse. You get those brief instances where you see that vivacious young woman that she used to be, but Dorothea stamped out so much of the goodness in Liliana, and I don't want that for Liara. Liara is... I like Liara. I love Liara. She's a wonderful character, and I'm just so concerned that this environment will have a very similar effect on her. We've already seen it happen. You know, where she's like, oh, I'll fucking kill you. Like, in the first interaction we have with her in this game, she's threatening someone. I'm just worried that this will exacerbate that.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specifications, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
Don't slag off my little buddy. He's my new favorite. I'm gonna teach him to be an assassin like my fish. Don't you slag him off. Yeah, now we come to this question. Your relationship with Liara. I can't tell. I can't tell if there are romantic overtones to Feron and Liara's interactions. I can't tell whether they're there or not.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
I mean, here's the thing. Naomi was dead. Naomi was dead. I don't think she'd be like, you know, I'm on my deathbed, and to my wife, I never want you to get laid again. You must live the rest of your days as a celibate. But I'm an Asari. I'm gonna live for like 100 more years, or 200 more years. I don't care. Be celibate, bitch. And then she died. Like, no. She would want, you know, like, hey, I'm dying. You go be happy. You have all the sex that you want. You do you, babe. I'll be cheering you on from heaven. Like, if they were hooking up, I don't think that Naomi would care. She was dead at the time. She got better, but she was dead. So, hey, you do you.
Take it easy, Feron.
Thanks.
He seems like a decent enough guy. And if Liara started hooking up with him, I think that Naomi would approve.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker.
Okay.
To look. Omega.
Okay, she's just watching an explosion. Okay.
Emily Wong. Citadel.
Oh, hello. Hello there, Emily. Long time no see. Okay, she's interviewing a Hanar in front of a car fire.
Fred Mazai. Citadel.
Fred Mazai. The name doesn't ring any bells to me. Question, is Fred Mazai the Hanar or the dude? Like, I know that Hanar, like, Hanar have, they're tricksy about names. They have their like, oh god, what is it? I think it's their soul name, which they don't tell to people, and then they have, like, their face name, which they do to, like, I could see a Hanar calling himself Fred Mazai. Why not? Is it the same Hanar from the other? Oh, no, I can't be saying that. But, like, literally, the Hanar all have the same model. Like, I literally can't tell the difference between them because they are literally all the same model. I'm being offensive. I'm gonna move on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Hanar.
Donnell Udina. Omega.
Udina? Udina at the strip club. I don't necessarily want to see this, but I will. God damn it, Udina.
Armando Bailey. Citadel.
Okay, that's Captain Bailey. He's just wandering around with a gun. Okay.
David Anderson. Citadel.
Hey, Anderson. Ooh. Okay, that is Udina. They're still fighting. They're still arguing, okay. Glad to see that some things never change.
Praetor Gavon. Omega.
That was the, I think Gavon is effectively like the chief of police on Omega. Maybe that's too much, but he seemed like some kind of guard or police officer. He was the fucking vulture, like, I'll tell Gavon we don't do cannibalism, Like, I think that's him. Okay, so he's got a male visitor. Friend, boyfriend, rent boy. Okay, good for him.
Kallista bint Sinan Al-Jilani. Citadel.
Hello. Oh! I don't get this. This seems to be played off as a joke. I'm genuinely, I'm like, how is this funny? This woman is doing her job and she is experiencing violence in the workplace. Like, how is that funny? Like, literally, I had someone go off on me in the comment section recently of the from Mass Effect 1. Oh, there goes my timer. Okay. But yeah, I had someone go off on me being like, oh, why are you defending her? Why are you defending her? Shepard should punch that bitch. And I'm like, she asked an awkward question. Like, she's literally doing her job as a reporter. She asks a question that doesn't necessarily put Shepard in the best light. Why does that make it okay to beat up a lady? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't think that's okay. I think that's bullshit. Like, what the fuck?
Keeper 20, Citadel.
Hello? Oh, okay, he's just doing his job. I hope he's enjoying the Union. You do you, Keeper 20.
Matriarch Atheta, Ilium.
Ooh. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Atheta the bartender? In which case, why is... It's interesting that Liara would look her up. Of all the people, of all the matriarchs, she goes for the random bartender. I've said this before. That bartender, when she was talking about her life, the details matched up suspiciously well with Liara's, with what Liara has told us. Liara was Matriarch Benezia's daughter. Her father was also an Asari, but she left before Liara, either Liara was born or before Liara knew them. And Atheta, assuming, if this is a different Asari, the names are all kind of, you know, blending together in my head. So if this is actually a different Asari, my apologies, but I'm assuming that Atheta was the bartender. That sounds right. Atheta said that, you know, she was in a relationship with another Asari. They had a daughter together, but she left because it didn't work out. And she was real... She was real, you know, kind of tense when it came to Benezia. That was a sore spot for her. Why? Why would she get so angry when it came to Benezia? Unless it was personal. The fact that Liara would choose to look her up, a random bartender, that is interesting.
Erdnot Torsk, Tuchanka.
Okay. He's playing with the monkeys, good for him.
Elias Kellum, Citadel.
Kellum was the guy from Thane's Quest. And I'm pretty sure that's Bailey. So yeah, Bailey's still taking bribes from him.
Okeer test subject number 317, alias Grunt. Ilium.
What was Grunt doing on Ilium? What has Grunt been doing behind our back? While Shepard's away, Grunt goes to beat people up, I guess. Okay.
Thane Krios, Kaje.
Okay. He's just standing there. He's just... I'm not sure if I should be waiting for something. I'm gonna give it like another 5 seconds, but he just appears to be standing there. Yeah, I think that's it.
Justicar Samara. Ilium.
There she goes. She's got your car. You know, considering this is supposed to be CCTV footage, we're getting some really nice angles. Some really cinematic angles. Maybe this was taken with a drone. This looks like the spaceport area of Ilium. I could see, like, police drones catching this, but who got that close-up of Grunt? Who got that? Okay.
Omega.
Back to the beginning. Oh, check for more videos on your next visit. Okay.
It's nearly time to repurchase effective caste status on Kashan. I have deducted funds to grant you full elite access.
Okay, that's nice. However, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we continue exploring the base. Hopefully we'll have a chat with Liara. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.